Alrighty guys, let's check out the brand new Drytron's gameplay in action here. There's basically two new cards. One of them is a Searcher, and one of them is a super mega boss monster that has multiple negations. And on top of that, when it gets destroyed, you can just basically bring out another ritual with 4,000 attack. It's just like absolutely crazy. And it's got 5,000. But let's go ahead and let the other player go first so you guys can see how this deck can maybe deal with someone else that happens to be going first. Obviously, we have Droplet, so that kind of makes things relatively simplified. But in the day, he's also got an Ash Blossom and a Nibiru. And on top of that, there's going to be a lot of other things. So it's some sort of variant of a fire deck. Well, it's basically just like Warriors, Infernobles mixed in with some of the stuff that has extra synergy. And you can throw the Snake Eyes Populace in anything, or Popular as it's called now in the TCG. Nonetheless, he's going to go ahead and start off with a Bow of the Goddess, which is great first because then, well, you can just stop any other potential hand traps so you don't get absolutely destroyed. And then we're going to see how this actually plays out. So basically, one of the new rituals that is going to be seeing some play here. And on top of that, you can actually use Benton's effect to search out vanities, and then that pretty much is an auto GG. Like turn one, you go vanities plus you go ahead and make the brand new boss monster. That's going to seal the deal on it. So he's going to start off with the Cyber Emergency. I'm going to go ahead and Droplet, get rid of those two cards effects, as this card actually can stop things as well. But he's going to go ahead and re-equip it, but it doesn't matter because the card's effect's negated. Tactics is activated because he tried to activate something. So he's going to go for some Drytron cards over here. And New 2 is one of the newer cards, which I'll pause it just to show off that newer card. And of course, that's part of the gameplay, so we'll go with it. So Defender can actually have another stop over there. He's going to go ahead and Nova. So this is the important card over here. So you have Drytron Nova over here. Lets you special summon a Drytron, but destroys it during the end phase, which that doesn't really apply. But anyways, you can't special summon monsters the turn that, except for monsters that cannot be normal summoned / set the turn you activate this card. Doesn't really matter too much. This is the new card here. What does it do that makes it so good? Well, if a Drytron card is on the field, you can just special summon it from your hand or graveyard, but you banish it when it leaves the field. Now, if this card is special summoned, you get to add a Drytron monster from your deck to your hand, except for the same copy of Drytron New 2. And then on top of that, it has another restriction where you cannot ritual summon the turn you activate either of this card's effect except for machines, which doesn't really matter because it's not like you're actually using the Cyber Angels here to go for anything other than their search ability, which Benton, that's a pretty busted card. I remember when this was still tearing things up back in like the earlier stages of Master Duel. Anyways, it's going to go ahead and activate the Meteonis and go for the brand new super mega boss monster, the Drytron Meteonis Alpha Dracoinids. So what does this card do? So you summon it by using, you know, a ritual, whatever. That's not important. And then up to twice per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you banish a Drytron monster from your graveyard, or monsters, whose total attack equal or exceeded. And most of them are got 2,000 attack. Doesn't really matter, even if they're level 1. That's kind of just like basically you banish maybe 1 to 2 monsters. Very rarely would you have to banish 3, but nonetheless, that's what you would require to actually use its effect. And then you get to negate and destroy that monster. So it's a double negation in one card. And on top of that, if this ritual summon card in its owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card, you just special summon one ritual monster with 4,000 attack from your hand or deck, and it is treated as ritual summon. Plus, it's got a 5,000. So it's a super mega boss monster with good stats, with a double negation, and if you get rid of it, it brings out something else. And obviously, it's pretty easy to get out in Drytrons. Considering now with New 2, you can just search for whatever thing that you need. Really good consistency, so he's going to activate that effect to stop Nibiru. And now he's going to bring out some extra cards. And then this is where the deck basically just says GG to your opponent. So Benton's over here, going to be activating that effect to go for Vanity's Ruler. And you can just tribute a bunch of the stuff because a lot of the stuff is just free fodder. And he's going to go ahead and summon New 2 again. Because remember, it's got good stats over here. And his opponent literally just says GG. Because some decks, they may not have an answer. Once Vanity's Ruler comes out, yeah, it's going to be really hard to deal with that. And he has to deal with another, like there's basically 2 boss monsters on the board, and you actually don't want to play Vandy's Fiend here because this one is a Light Fairy, which again is searchable. The other one is not, what the other Vandy's card. So now that you guys have seen it in action, shoutouts to Lemon here for his build. And again, it's just these 2 new cards, which we did explain. So the new card is New 2, which again searches out the any Drytron monster from your deck to your hand, and then you just play Draconids over here, and then you're going to be able to instantly just GG your opponent. I mean, this is basically what you want to try to end on. You have 2 super boss monsters, and then if you have any other hand traps or other forms of disruptions, you could go ahead and set them. But pretty much that's the bread and butter. That's the play. You could go for other things. I mean, Drytrons definitely can make other things, but that's kind of what the newer deck can do and excel at, because I mean that's the point of it. There's also the vanities. This one over here, this one, I was like, well, this one's a tribute. Why wouldn't you play it? Again, this one's a fiend, this one's a fairy. It searches that off of Ben 10. That's like the only difference. It has 100 more attack, but it is a level 8, so yeah, more tributes. But it's okay in this deck because most of the stuff, it doesn't really matter. This card is a win condition on its own. But I'll mouse over the cards real quick in case any of you guys do want to build the variant over here that you saw from Lemon. But let me know, guys, what you think of the brand new Drytrons. Is it a W? Is it an L? I mean, at the end of the day, being able to have access to a searchable like win condition and dropping another boss monster in the deck is pretty dang powerful. And remember, you get 2 negations, and even if they get rid of it, you're going to be able to potentially bring out another ritual monster with 4,000 attack. What are those targets? Well, in here, it might not even be necessary to go for it, but it is there as another option if you want to go for it. Now that's going to wrap up things. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe to the bell so you don't miss out. We'll cover more new Yu-Gi-Oh decks in the future. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.